Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict. Another beautiful day, guys. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I just want to say thank you, guys. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment if you'd like to communicate with me. And I've also listed my email for anybody that wants to talk more privately, because, guys, that's what I'm here for, really. And I'm honored to be here, guys. I really am. I'm really enjoying this endeavor. This means the absolute world to me. Particularly, guys, I just came back from my doctor's office. I went and got my monthly Sublocade injection right now. For those of you that are, have the battle with addiction like I have. I was hooked on opiates. I have no urges and I'm doing really well. But Sublocade is a medication that has no narcotic side effects. You don't get high off it in any way, shape, or form. It's just strictly an opiate blocker. So therefore, if I was to have a slip up, not that I think there's any way chance in hell, but my point being is, why not take the risk? There's no adverse effects of it. You walk away with no withdrawals, and I'm only a few months in, so I think it's important to protect myself against risk, and I strongly advise anybody else out there too. As a matter of fact, we're gonna kind of gear this message to encourage people to get out of addiction, mostly because I was just at the clinic. It's not a methadone clinic, but it's a health clinic that was geared, it's right in the middle of Mass and Cass, which is what we call methadone mile, and it's, I call it the heart of hell. There's more suffering in that area than I can. I mean, obviously there's terrible places here on earth where people are suffering greatly, but as far as it's like in Boston, they put all the resources together for the city in one spot, and at one point there was literally like tent city going on down there with thousands and tens of thousands of homeless and addicts, and just an open air drug market, and it's terrible. But even just inside the clinic, I don't know what they had going on there today, but they had all sorts of free pizza. So there were a lot of people in there eating, and I was glad to see them. At least they're out of the cold. So it was actually 60 degrees. It was a little cloudy and rainy, but it was nice and warm today. Beautiful day. Spring is just right here, guys, and I'm so happy for it. But yeah, just looking at these poor people, man. I had a chance to sit down and talk to a few of them. A few of them had phones. I recommended my YouTube channel to them, hoping that maybe they'll get something from this. Because literally, that's why I started doing this, and that's my biggest hope with this is I just want to take the fight to addiction, and but then again, I've grown so much further than that we're gearing more to spirituality and just life lessons to make yourself the best version of you. Because, guys, when you operate from being the best version of you, good things happen. It's as simple as that. But my point is, guys, it brought me back to the days of suffering, and literally, it's heartbreaking to look at people that are that messed up on drugs and just don't know what they're doing to themselves. And it amazes me that I'm as healthy as I am, and I've come back as strong as I have, and I probably looked that messed up at one point. Like, I look at myself and think I never looked like that, but you know what? I'm sure I probably did. And yeah, man, it's brutal, guys. There's a better life here. There's so much better life here to be lived. I urge you, do whatever it takes to get yourself into a program, man. Just give up the fight. People are out there fighting so hard just to get through the day when it's not necessary. There's such a better life out here. And, once you get started, guys, do the work, right? Look at the things you need to heal. I can't say that enough. I say it all the time because I mean it. Like, I've come so far so quickly, and I'm still, like, reminded constantly that I have a long way to go. That little hypnosis deal with not being able to hear all. I spent half the day yesterday, and I thought I was good because I could hear the recording as I was going through the work, but I think maybe just because it was on my mind. When I went to lay down last night and listened to it, half of it I could make it out, but it was distorted, so I didn't bother listening to it because you're supposed to do all the work. So I've got part of tomorrow blocked off to go through and do these subconscious exercises. And guys, it's a lot of work. It's no joke, man. It's really a lot of work. But again, at the end of the day, I'm the one that's going to benefit from this, right? Because moving forward with my little business or whatever ventures I get into, I get a fighting chance of actually holding on and learning how to have a proper relationship with money. Clearly, like I said, I've never had a problem really making money. Not that I have two nickels rubbed together at the moment, but that's okay because I could be out there doing the workaholic thing again, and I don't want to do that right now. I'm trying to build a community, trying to make myself somebody I can be proud of, and I have. I'm very proud of who I am today. I love who I am today. That's why I urge you all to do the work. Become the best version of yourself, and you'll find a peace of soul, a peace of mind that I've never knew existed, guys. I didn't have a peace of I didn't have a peace of mind or a piece of stability or anything else for a minute for 40 years. I love who I am today. I can sit with self. I can meditate. I can just do a little research, and I really love who I am. I love who I show up being. As a matter of fact, the woman that the nurse I was working with today, Natasha, she might even check out the YouTube channel. We got to talking, and she, wonderful woman. She was formerly a prison guard. We got to talking, and I mentioned that she had asked me if I'd done time, and I've done a lot of time, unfortunately. And it was great. We had a really good talk, and the most amazing thing she said to me was she was talking about a family member of hers who was really, really at a low point in his life at one point, really bad in drugs back in the 80s, lost everything, prison, was homeless for years. And now he's got his sea captain's license. He's got a second house in Florida, a couple of Harleys, a truck. And the reason she brought this up is she's like, oh my God, you remind me so much of him. He's so upbeat. He still goes to meetings every day just because he wants to show people how far they can come from where they are. And that meant the world to me, man. And it gives me such hope because I know I'm going to get there. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt I will get there. I don't know if I want to have two homes or, who knows. But whatever it is that is important to me, whatever I do decide, there is no limit on what I'm able to achieve today because, and again, I give it all to God. Because I truly and fully surrender. Guys, you can't just get on your knees and say, God, I surrender to you. You've got to embody it, guys. You've got to mean it from your heart. Develop a relationship. Get gratitude. Get grateful. Find the state of gratitude. Don't say you're grateful. Find the state of gratitude. And that's truly where I am today. I am constant. That's why, guys, I talk about it all the time. I walk in the door and I go into my room and I drop and pray. Now, I've got handwritten prayers that I do morning and night. And occasionally throughout the day, I'll stop and I'm talking like 14 pages because it's important to me. That's a big part of my recovery program because my relationship with God is my most important thing. That's what I lean back on, and that's where I'm getting my strength, my wisdom, my knowledge, my resiliency, but that's me. Everybody's gonna find their own level, right? So I'm not saying you got to do what I've done. And if you want the results that I've gotten, it's probably a pretty good idea. But again, everybody find your path. You may find a path that's better than mine and achieve way more than I have, and that's awesome. That's what I want to see. That's my point of doing this. And I'd love to hear about it because it makes me feel great. But again, my point being is, I come in and I just walk in. I walk in, particularly after going to the doctor's office, seeing the suffering that I saw there. I came in and I immediately go into my room and just drop down and say a quick prayer and give gratitude. And God, thank you so much for this opportunity that you've given me and pulling me from the fire and in this new fresh start in life. The fact that I'm still as healthy as I am, I just went through a whole other round of tests today with my blood work, and there's no good reason for me to be anywhere near as healthy that I am. Literally, the only medication I take is Sublocade, and that's voluntary. I'm not on any other medications. At 50 years old and having gone through it, I put myself through it. That's a miracle in and of itself. Never mind that I'm able to go to the gym every day. I've got a little bit of pain in my left shoulder that I got to look into. And again, that just comes from running a jackhammer and tools and cold tools and things I've done for years. But I do notice as I'm doing my shoulder workout that my left shoulder doesn't have the strength of my right, and I want to see what I can do about it because I'm seeing changes in my physique that I was getting back in my 30s, and that's so encouraging, man. I mean, that is so absolutely encouraging. When I first got back to the gym. And it's always hard when you first take off, like anything, guys. So you gotta, anytime, it's something I'm gonna interrupt real quick, guys. Anytime you want to try something new, commit to 30 days. Give it your all for 30 days before you consider giving up. Regardless of the pain, regardless of how tough it is, because if you put all you have, full solid effort into something for 30 days, you're gonna see results, and you're gonna know whether it's for you or not. So that's just something I recommend. I know a lot of people go to the gym the first couple of days of hell, and you don't have the strength that you think you should have, and you get discouraged and walk away. Nah, stick around, guys. It comes back. I mean, I'm 51 years old, coming up on 52 very quickly here, and I'm starting to throw weight around that I'm shocked. Don't get me wrong. I'm not some bodybuilder. I'm not trying to go that, but I'm just trying to get in the good, healthy, feel good about myself. And I do. I look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, what a difference in a few short months. Because guys, I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work mentally, spiritually, physically, esoterically, in every way I can. Literally, I like anything new that may expand my world. I dive onto because I'm so incredibly grateful for this new life that I have, and I want to see everything I can out of this. I want to live and experience everything possible, right? And I have an open door policy, and a clean slate. As long as it's funny. I say, oh, anything in my past is gonna go. No, that's not really true. If you're from my past and you do the work, you're welcome to come join me. But don't expect me to be the person that you used to know, because I'm not that person anymore, and you're not gonna get treated the way I used to. I used to just bend over backwards for people and let them walk all over me. Now you're gonna meet a whole different version. I found my voice, and I love my voice, and I'm fucking proud of who I am and the life that I'm leading, and the things that I stand for and the work that I do. Every time I see somebody suffering, I try to help. I offer, and again, you can't just go, you can't walk down a Mass and Cap and start handing out cash, because you just get mugged and you're just going to go use the money on drugs. But I'll stop and honestly talk to somebody and say, hey man, you understand, I was right here with you just a few short months ago. I'm doing fantastic now. I'm driving a nice truck. I'm working. I got a roof over my head. And, like I said, I'm not balling by any means. I don't have any luxury items. I don't care about luxury items at this point. I care about stability. And that's what I have, and that's what I preach these guys. I want them to know. And that's the best gift that I can give them, right? Or offer them, if I'm coming out of a restaurant and there's somebody homeless outside, I'll buy them food, absolutely. And I'm not going to lie, guys. Providing it's not right down there where it's the heart of hell, I typically give a few dollars to everybody I see that, standing in the intersection or standing outside the grocery store. And I know not all money use the money for good, but you know what? I can't control that. I feel better knowing that at least I gave them a couple bucks and they get something to eat if that's what they so choose. Now, I understand, guys. I've been there. Chances are they're probably stealing food and going to buy drugs. You know what? I can't control that. I still feel a little bit better saying I've done my part and I've tried to help out a little bit. But every single time I will stop and let them know that, hey, just a few short months ago, I was literally, a hurt and drug addict. I haven't been homeless in 7 years now. But again, that just shows what I was able to overcome. I was able to, even having been homeless for 3.5 years on the street, I overcame that. I've been homeless, but I tell you what, I was damn close. When I went into rehab this time around, I was literally, my landlord, who's one of my best friends, and as much as he cares for me, I was so far behind in rent, he's like, listen, I'm literally going to evict you, and I will, I've done it before. And, go to rehab so I don't have to. He's like, I'll let you work off the money you owe me, just go to fucking rehab, get back to normal. And now I let him know I quit my job because he knows the guy I was working for was he's just in a bad spot and wasn't a good environment for me right now. And he supported me on that. And he asked me to call me this morning. He's like, hey, he actually has a garage that I use to work on his vehicles and stuff. Let me know that I got full access to that garage, and he's gonna stop letting all his contractors know that I'm available again and start sending more work my way. Like, when you do the right things and you're honest, like I was almost hesitant to tell him at one point that I quit my job because he's my landlord. I don't want to worry about the rent. I work off the rent with him anyway. 9 times I haven't had to pay him actual cash for rent in quite some time because I do enough work for him anyway. So I don't know why I had that. But again, it's that old trauma response. But now I force myself, whether it's uncomfortable or not, that I literally have to come from a place of brutal honesty to everybody. I can't hide. Because it's not for them, it's for me. It's the person I'm trying to become. I would so often play both ends against the middle and withhold certain information, and I refuse to be that person anymore. And guys, every time I think it's going to come back and be a hard thing for me, because of everything that I'm doing, everybody supports me 100% because they know I'm giving it my all every day. I'm incredibly capable. Good things are coming my way. But I'm doing it I'm doing everything I do. I'm coming from the right reasons, and it's the first time in my life I've even thought to say that. And I urge every one of you, do it, man. Try it. Just try it for a little while and just watch what happens. It is so freeing. I have no stress. I have no anxiety. I have no fear. I go to bed every night like you doing the meditation, trying to make myself a better person then. But my point is, when I stop and think, I'm literally happy with every aspect of who I am today, and never in my life have I ever been close to to say that. That is an amazing, amazing fucking feeling, guys. You gotta try it. I urge it, and this is why I tell you guys, there's no links in my bio. I'm not trying to sell you a program that I've written or anything else. I'm trying to tell you what I've done and how I fucking feel about it and how amazing it is, guys. I'm coming from this place of gratitude, of love, of resiliency, of understanding, of compassion. And I love these qualities, qualities about myself, and I love who I've become. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. God loves you. I love you. Again, this thing's starting to take track and gain some traction. It means, I can't tell you how much it means to me, guys. It really does. I love you all so much. Thank you all so much. Guys, do the work. Make yourself the best version of you that's humanly possible. Watch what happens in your life. Praise God. Pray, meditate, find your root, whatever your higher power is, whatever your faith is. Lean into it, but do it honestly. Everything I do and everything I tell you has got to come from your heart, and you got to be real about it. But give it a shot, guys, please. Thank you so much, guys. Again, God loves you. I love you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Be safe. Get indoors. Help somebody else along the way. Look out for people in need, and be the best version of you can. Thank you.